Hello, good day everyone. And today, our topic is all about motivation and responsibilities. Okay, the definition of motivation, it is the internal or external drive that prompts individuals to take action toward achieving a goal or fulfilling a need. It encompasses the processes that initiate, guide, and sustain goal-oriented behaviors. In Balance Scorecard, motivation is important for aligning employee behaviors with organizational goals and ensuring sustainable performance. It translates an organization's mission and vision into actionable objectives across four perspectives, which is financial, customer, internal business processes, and learning and growth. Ang definition daw ng motivation sa balance scorecard, ito daw yung importante para ma-align yung mga employees behaviors and also ma-ensure nila yung sustainable performance ng isang employee. Yun yung definition ng motivation. Yun nga, may four perspective tayo, which is financial perspective, customer perspective, internal business processes perspective, learning and growth perspective. Ang una sa listahan natin is yung financial perspective. Okay. Ang unang motivation na dapat gawin sa financial perspective is bonuses and incentive. Okay, tie financial rewards such as bonuses and profit sharing to the achievement of financial targets. This can motivate employees to focus on cost control, revenue growth, and profitable. Yun, una sa lahat, yung bonus, tsaka yung mga incentives. Ayun daw yung kailangan. Okay, next one is recognition programs. Implementing recognition programs for departments or teams that achieve or exceed financial goals, public acknowledgement of success can boost motivation. Yung recognition daw, yung recognition programs or yung pagre-recognize sa isang employee daw ay napaka-importante daw yung para ma-boost daw yung confidence at the same time yung motivation nila. Okay. Mapunta naman tayo sa customer's perspective. Okay. Sa customer perspective, ang goal nito is customer satisfaction and engagement. Okay, number one is customer feedback. Use customer satisfaction scores and feedback to set targets and recognize employees who contribute to high customer satisfaction level. Kailangan gamitin din natin yung customer's feedback para malaman natin kung satisfied ba sila dun sa customer service ng isang employee. Okay. The next one is service awards. Offer awards or recognition for outstanding customer service. This encourage employees to prioritize customer needs and enhance service quality. Pag nakuha na natin yung customer's feedback, kailangan din natin sila na i-recognize or kailangan sila bigyan ng recognition para sa ganun mas ma-boost yung confidence nila, at the same time mas gumanda pa yung performance nila pagdating sa customer service. Ayun yung service awards. Okay, papunta naman tayo sa internal business processes perspective. Ano ba ang goal ng internal business processes and perspective? Efficiency and innovation. Okay, number one is process improvement reward. Recognize and reward employees who suggest and implement process improvements that lead to higher efficiency or cost savings. Kailangan din pala nating recognize or bigyan ng reward yung mga employees na nagsasuggest or nag-implement ng magandang process sa company natin. Tulad na yun nga, sinabi nga na efficiency or yung cost savings ng isang company. Okay, next one is innovation challenge. Create create challenges or competition for innovative solution to internal process issues, motivating employees to think creatively and improve workflows. So dito naman para magkakaroon ng competition sa company kung paano mapapaayos yung internal processes issues. Kung may mga issues sa trabaho, ganon, yung mga process kung paano sila kung paano yung trabaho dun sa isang work, ganon, kung nababagalan ba, ganon, kailangan ma-solusyonan yun within sa mga employees. Kailangan ma-challenge sila kung ano ba ang dapat nilang gawin. Okay, so the next one is learning and growth perspective. Ang goal naman ng learning and growth perspective is employee development and engagement. Okay, so number 1 is training and development. Provide opportunities for professional growth through training programs, workshops, and courses, motivating employees with the promise of skills enhancement and career advancement. So, kailangan daw ng isang employee ang mga trainings para ma-develop sila. Kumbaga ba parang mas lumawak pa yung kaalaman ng isang employee sa trabaho na pinasok niya. Yun, para din sa motivation, kailangan din nilang ma-motivate yung mga employees na sumali sa mga trainings. Okay, so number 2 is career pathway. Establish clear career progression pathways and communicate how achieving certain BSc metric can lead to promotion and new responsibilities. Okay, so kailangan daw lumawak pa daw yung yung sa career nila, nang sa ganun para magkaroon sila ng promotion. For example, magaling ka sa work mo, lagi kang nakakakuha ng recognition sa work mo, ganun, and then pwede ka nilang iakyat or pwede kang mag-upgrade ng position sa work mo, pero may makakaakibat yun na panibagong responsibilities. Okay, so improvement. Next one is mentorship. Implement mentorship programs to support employees' development and engagement. Mentors can help mentees understand how their roles contribute to broader strategic goals. So, kailangan din ng employee na magkaroon sila ng mentor. Bakit? Kasi para may mga mapagtatanungan sila sa mga bagay na kailangan nilang malaman, tuturuan sila ng mentor nila para mapalawak yung kaalaman nila sa trabaho na yon, 'di ba? Tsaka pagkaroon din sila ng sariling desisyon, magkakaroon sila ng tamang desisyon kung paano ba gagawin yung isang trabaho. I-motivate din naman ang trabaho naman ng mentor pala is i-motivate at turuan yung mga employees. So, okay, dako na tayo sa pangalawang part, which is responsibilities. So, the definition of responsibility, it refers to the duties, obligation, and tasks that an individual or group is expected to perform. Responsibilities encompasses both personal and professional domain and are important for maintaining order, ensuring accountability, and achieving goals. Okay, so ang responsibility naman daw, ito yung para responsibilidad mo sa duties, sa mga obligasyon at sa mga task na gagawin mo kung ikaw ay napapabilang bilang isang individual or napapabilang ka sa isang grupo. Kailangan sa bawat actions mo, sa bawat galaw mo, may nakaakibat yun na responsibilidad. Okay, so sa balance scorecard, meron tayong tinatawag na levels of organization. which is Executive Leadership, Strategy Management Office, department heads or managers, employees, data management team, at saka HR department. So, levels of organization or for short, ano siya, ano yung nakapaloob sa isang company. Kung sino-sino yung mga bumubuo ng company, ganon. Okay, so pumunta na tayo sa una, which is yung executive leaders. Okay, so ano ba yung key responsibilities ng executive leaders? Una is set vision and strategy. Define and communicate the organization's vision, mission, and strategic objective. Sila yung ang executive leadership daw, sila yung makikipag-communicate sa nasa baba nila para sabihin nila yung vision at mission ng isang company. Okay. Ensure that strategic goals are clear and understood across the organization. So, kailangan doon nila i-ensure na yung strategic goal ng isang company ay clear at understood sa mga nasasakupan niya or sa organization. Okay. Next one is champion BSC implementation. Promote the importance and value of the BSC as a strategic management tools. Okay, and allocate necessary resources such as financial, human, technological for BSC development and maintenance. Okay, so champion BSC implementation. So the next one is review and adjust. Regularly review BSC outcomes to ensure alignment with strategic goals. Make necessary adjustment to strategies and target based on performance data and changing business environment. So, sa review and adjust naman, kailangan daw magkaroon sila ng target. Pero yung target na yun, nakadepende yun sa performance data tsaka sa business environment, kung ano ba yung gusto nilang gawin, kung ano ba yung nakapaloob sa company na yun, kung ano ba yung gusto nilang gawin yun. So mapunta naman tayo sa strategy management office. Okay, so ang key responsibilities naman ng strategy management office ay develop and maintain the BSC or the company. Okay, so design the BSC framework including defining and appropriate metrics for each perspective, which is yung sinabi ko kanina, yung financial, customer, internal process and learning and growth. Okay, so kailangan ma-define nila yon, yung 4 perspectives. Okay, continuously update and refine the BSC to reflect evolving strategic priorities. So, kailangan lagi daw nila yon ina-update tsaka nire-refine yung BSC. Okay, so coordinate implementation. Plan and oversee the organization wide rollout of the BSC. Ensure consistent application of BSC methodologies across department. So, yun nga, yung tulad din ng kanina, kailangan nilang i-ensure din na dapat consistent yung application sa BSC. Kailangan mabantayan nila yun kung masusunod ba yung mga standards. Okay, so provide training and support. Conduct training session to educate employees on BSC and its use. Offer ongoing support to address challenges and optimize the use of BSC. So, kailangan daw ng isang employee na mag-conduct kailangan nila mag-conduct ng training session para ma-educate yung mga employees. And yun, kailangan din nilang support yung mga challenges, address challenges na ibibigay ng isang employee or yung isasuggest nila para ma-optimize daw yung paggamit sa BSC. Okay, so mapunta naman tayo sa department heads or manager. Sa department heads and manager, ang key responsibilities nila is translate strategic objectives, convert organizational strategic objectives into specific departmental goals and key performance indicator. Communicate these goals clearly to team members. So, okay, yung sa department naman, department heads or sa manager, ang responsibility nila is sila yung magko-convert dun sa organizational strategic objectives ng isang company. Okay, tsaka dun nila ipapaliwanag kung ano yung goals at tsaka ano yung mga performance indicator. And also, kailangan nila yung masabi ng clear sa mga team members or sa mga employees. Okay, so the next one is monitor and report performance. Okay, track departmental performance against basic metrics regularly. Provide detailed performance reports to senior management highlighting success and areas for improvement. So sila naman dito naman sa monitor and report performance, sila naman yung magpro-provide ng mga kailangan gawin sa mga senior management. For example, halimbawa, may mga kailangan i-improve dun sa workplace, sasabihin nila yun sa mga senior manager or sa mga sa senior management. Tsaka kailangan din pa magre-report sila, kailangan naka-highlight yung success na isang, kung ano yung success dun sa workplace, tsaka yung mga kailangan i-improve. Kailangan sabihin nila lahat yun sa mas nakakataas sa kanila or sa mga executives. Okay, so engage and motivate teams. Foster culture of accountability and motivation by recognizing and rewarding contributions toward company goals. Address any issue or obstacle that hinder achievement company targets. Okay, so sa engage and motivate teams, ang target dito, magkaroon sila ng parang i-motivate nila yung mga employee para maano yung company goals. Kumbaga ba, bibigyan nila ng recognize nga and reward para mas maganahan pa yung mga employees na magtrabaho dun sa workplace. Okay, so isa pa daw is kailangan ma-address yung mga issues or yung mga obstacle ng mga employees para daw mas pag nasolusyonan yung mga issues na yun or yung mga obstacle na kailangan lagpasan ng employees sa workplace, mas gaganda yung flow nung ginagawa nila. Mas ma-achieve nila yung company's target. Okay, so dako na tayo sa employees. So, ang key responsibilities naman ng employees is understand their roles, recognize how their individual roles and responsibilities contribute to the overall company objectives. Stay informed about the specific metrics and goals relevant to their work. Okay, so kailangan daw ma-recognize or malaman nila kung ano yung role nila sa isang company or ano yung role nila sa workplace. Yan. So, isa pa, kailangan daw lagi silang inform sa lahat ng gagawin ng company. Yung mga goals tsaka yung mga objectives na isang company, kailangan alam din ng mga employees yun. Okay, so work toward goals. Actively strive to meet the performance metric and targets established in the company. Provide feedback and suggestion for improving processes and achieving goals. Okay. So sa work toward goals naman, kailangan actively strive to meet the performance and targets. Okay, so yun, and ang sabi din dito is kailangan nila mag-provide ng feedback or suggestion para ma-improve yung processes ng sa isang workplace or sa achieving goals or yung kailangan nilang ma-achieve. Okay, so the next one is participate in trainings. Engage in training session and utilize support resources to effectively use in the company. Apply new skills and knowledge to enhance performance. Okay, so ang employees daw, kailangan daw lagi sila nagpa-participate sa mga trainings, sa mga training sessions para daw mas lumago yung kaalaman nila at magkaroon sila ng mas precise na galaw sa workplace. Kailangan mas lumaki pa yung nalalaman nila or lumawak pa yung nalalaman nila tungkol sa nila. Okay, so data management teams. Sunod, punta naman tayo sa data management teams. Ang key responsibility naman ng data management teams develop company tools, create and maintain the technological infrastructure needed to support the company, ensure the accuracy, security, and accessibility of data related to company metrics. Okay, so sila daw yung nakangasiwa dun sa paghawak sa mga technological infrastructure sa kailangan ng isang company. Tsaka kailangan daw i-ensure daw ng data management teams na accurate at tsaka secure yung mga data ng company. Okay, so next one is collect and analyze data. Gather and analyze data for the company. Provide timely and accurate performance reports to relevant stakeholders. Okay, so yun nga, kailangan mag-gather sila ng data, tsaka sila din mag-analyze ng data para sa company. And also, yun, kailangan nga nila ng accurate performance reports para na rin sa mga stakeholders. Okay, so integration and support. Integration company tools with other organizational system for streamlined process. Troubleshoot technical issue and provide user support. Okay, so ang data management teams din, ang responsibility nila is to make sure na lahat ng mga for example, yung mga computers nila, mga computer sa office, sila ang mga mag-aayos nun. Sila yung mag-troubleshoot sa company at saka mayroon silang mga company tools na tinatawag. Yan, para sila yung gagawa doon. Okay, so mapunta naman tayo sa HR department. Ang key responsibilities naman ng HR department is align HR practices. Ensure HR practices such as performance appraisal, compensation, and training align with company objectives. Support recruitment and retention strategies that align with strategic goals. So, okay, sorry. Ang kailangan daw is ensure ng HR yung mga practices as nga yung performance appraisal, compensation, tsaka yung training. Yun yung kailangan nilang hawakan dyan sa HR department. Employee development. Facilitate training and development programs to enhance skill related to company objective. Support career development initiative alignment with strategic goals. Okay, so sila yung magpa-facilitate sa training or sila yung magpa-facilitate sa mga baguhan. For example, pawasok kayo sa mga BPO companies, ang unang magte-train sa inyo din is yung mga HRs. Correct me if I'm wrong, pero ayun kasi yung parang training nila, 'di ba? Okay, so okay. Ayun na pala yun, last natin. So thank you very much sa pakikinig. Medyo mahaba yung oras. And sana may naintindihan ho kayo sa aking report. Thank you so much. So may quiz ako dito. Ito yung quiz ko. And identification. tsaka enumeration. Yun lang yung quiz ko. Okay, and thank you po. Thank you so much. And have a good day.